WSFA 12 News with Team 12 coverage tonight of the tornado outbreak that hit our state and others. The death toll in the U.S. is growing. As we reported this morning, that includes one person in Tallapoosa County. Here are the latest developments statewide. We start in Tallapoosa County. This is video from early this morning of the search and rescue efforts. The state EMA reports one person died in the Eagle Creek community and two other people were hurt when a tornado ripped through that area. Statewide, there were 11 people hurt. 17 counties are reporting major damage. Outside of Tallapoosa County, the state EMA says Chilton County was also hit hard. The bullseye in that county was in Verbena. Multiple homes were damaged on County Roads 524 and 526. That's not too far from Highway 31. Today, the National Weather Service confirmed Verbena was hit by a powerful EF2 tornado. To our north, there is also serious damage to report from Limestone and Madison counties. That's the Huntsville area. Both counties have declared a state of emergency. In Limestone County, as many as 15 homes were destroyed and 100 others were damaged. In Madison County, as many as 25 homes were destroyed and 50 were damaged. Shelters are open in those counties. State and local authorities have been on the scenes of tornadoes overnight and into today. The American Red Cross is also responding by sending volunteers and its emergency response units to assist victims in Chilton, Tallapoosa, Madison, and Limestone counties. If you'd like to help, it's real easy to do so. You can call the Red Cross and make a donation at 1-800-RED-CROSS, or you can make a $10 donation by texting Red Cross to 90999. Before we show you more of the damage, let's pause and bring you up to date on the current weather situation and get the latest on the storms that dropped tornadoes on Alabama. WSFA 12 News meteorologist Eric Snidel is live with a quick update. And Eric, it's been quite a scare for us here in Alabama.
I'll tell you what, Tametria, not even just a scare, but an unfortunate reality for some of us in Alabama.
As we mentioned, Chilton and Tallapoosa counties are the hardest hit areas in our state. And Tallapoosa County, one person died and two others were hurt when a likely tornado moved through the county late last night. WSFA 12 News reporter Jennifer Orvit continues our coverage from Tallapoosa County. And folks in Tallapoosa County say far more fatalities would have been reported had it not been for the quick thinking by many residents. Tonight at 10, we speak with an emotional homeowner who says he wouldn't have survived the storm if he didn't heed the warning. In a matter of seconds, a tornado can take away everything you know. That's when the support of friends and family matter most. We were in Verbena last night after the EF2 tornado hit the city. Homes were lost, but remarkably, one community was strengthened. Raycom News reporter Ariel Clay continues our Team 12 coverage. The National Weather Service spent the day looking through parts of Chilton County and other tornado-hit areas. We'll tell you their findings when the information becomes available. North Alabama also hit hard by Mother Nature. This is video of a tornado on the ground yesterday in Limestone County in Athens. A city camera was rolling as the tornado moved through. This tornado caused major damage in that area, ripping through a school, homes, and Limestone Correctional Facility. That prison suffered some significant damage, but no one was hurt. The state brought in extra staffing to make sure the situation remained under control. Our Raycom News Network station WAFF in Huntsville visited people in one damaged neighborhood last night in Limestone County. They met a few people who were trying to salvage what they could by using flashlights to light the way. One man had a great story to tell about his four-legged friend who got caught up in the storm.
Found about, my neighbor said the tornado had picked him up and thrown him about a little over 200 and some yards. And when I got home, the neighbor came and got me and my youngest son, Jalen. We went over there and picked him up, and we actually had to bring him back. He had a few cuts and scratches on him, but he was eating, so we got him put up in the shop, and hopefully he'll be okay. So.
The numbers from Friday's storms that swept across much of the country are staggering. More than 100 tornadoes are confirmed to have touched down in 12 states, killing at least 38 people. Jay Gray has more. When tornadoes or severe weather of any kind strikes, it's important for you to keep it right here on WSFA 12 News for updates. But it's also important for you to have a weather radio as well. We encourage you to buy one and keep it on at all times to wake you for warnings in the middle of the night. You can also get text alerts sent to your cell phone by signing up for our WSFA 12 News text alerts. Just text the name of your county to 41212. Standard messaging rates may apply. You can also download our WSFA 12 weather apps for the iPhone, Android. You can track the storms and get weather alerts on your smartphone and iPad. We will have much more coverage of the devastating tornado outbreak later on WSFA 12 News. But jurors met again at the federal courthouse trying to come up with verdicts in the government corruption trial. We'll bring you up to speed on that, and we'll take you to Selma, where the annual bridge crossing Jubilee events are underway. You're watching WSFA 12 News at 6 in HD. A fire took the city's fire department to East Tuskegee Circle this afternoon. The fire was contained to one house and mostly did smoke damage. No people were injured, but a few animals were inside during the fire. Firefighters rescued 2 dogs and a cat. They are now in the custody of animal control. The fire is under investigation. New developments today in the gambling corruption trial. Prosecutors accused the defendants of being part of a conspiracy to offer millions of dollars in campaign contributions to lawmakers who would support a bill aimed at protecting electronic bingo casinos. WSFA 12 News reporter Brian Henry is on the verdict watch. This is the second go-round for the 6 defendants. The first trial ended with no guilty verdicts. Whenever the verdict comes down, we'll break into programming with the verdict on air. And for more online updates, check out our WSFA 12 News Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And we encourage you to download our free WSFA 12 News smartphone app. People from all over filled downtown Selma for the annual Bridge Crossing Jubilee. The event allows a time to reflect and celebrate those who fought for African Americans' right to vote and remember a dark time in Alabama and U.S. history during the Bloody Sunday March. WSFA 12 News reporter Kim Smith has the story from Dallas County. There are events planned all day tomorrow in Selma, including the annual Bridge Crossing reenactment tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Congressmen and representatives came into Alabama today, and not for any legal reasons. Today is part of the 12th Congressional Civil Rights Pilgrimage. The pilgrimage is a 3-day trip that lets national representatives see the history of the American Civil Rights Movement. While the event happened locally, it is something for people around the country to remember. More amazing video is coming in from the tornado outbreak that hit the South and Midwest. Take a look at this. You can see the twister that leveled most of 2 Indiana towns. A driver captured the twister between the towns of Marysville and Henryville, Indiana. At least 14 people were killed in Indiana. In hard-hit Henryville, Indiana, rescuers searched for survivors after a tornado swept through the town 20 miles north of Louisville, leveling neighborhoods, sending school buses into buildings, and demolishing businesses. NBC's Tom Costello has more. And that was Tom Costello reporting. Governor Robert Bentley issued a statement on the storms. He says, quote, "Our emergency managers and first responders are in several communities assessing damage and responding to needs. Across the state, we will use every resource we have available to provide assistance. Recovering from another round of storms will be a long-term process. That process is always difficult, but I have seen the determination of our people, and we will rebuild and recover together," end quote. Parts of the state have been seeing rain pretty much all day. So where is the rain right now and what's next? Meteorologist Eric Snidel has the very latest on the tornado outbreak and your new forecast next.
Storms are done. That's a thing of the past right now. We're clearing things out. It gets better.
Wonderful. Good
Yes.
news. All right. Well, sports is next. Derek Steyer has Auburn and Alabama playing their final SEC basketball game of the season today. Could they pull out a win? And Andalusia girls basketball team trying to win a state championship. Highlights are next. All right. Thank you, Derek.
Sure.
And next in our second half hour, more coverage of the deadly tornado outbreak. Will take you to Indiana, where a toddler was found alone in the middle of a field after yesterday's tornadoes. And some good news did come out of all of this, pets being rescued from the debris. A little girl who was found alive in a field following Friday's deadly tornado outbreak has been identified. The toddler was found in a field in Washington County, Indiana, Friday evening. She was rushed to a nearby hospital where she was stabilized, then airlifted to a children's hospital in Louisville, Kentucky.
It is a little girl. It's a 2-year-old little girl who is listed in critical condition at this point.
And so far, the identity of the toddler has not been released to the media. It's unclear if she's been reunited with her family. Across Middle Tennessee, severe storms destroyed at least 70 homes and businesses across Middle Tennessee, about 60 miles northeast of Nashville in Jackson County. Several houses were reduced to rubble. Trees were uprooted and blown into homes. Flying branches smashed windows and roofs were torn off. The Jackson County Sheriff said 4 people were trapped beneath debris and had to be rescued. 20 people had minor injuries, but no deaths were reported. As families in tornado-ravaged southern Indiana began to pick up the pieces from Friday's tornado outbreak, some happy moments are taking place. In Henryville, a dog was pulled from the rubble of a home on live television. The Weather Channel's Tim Cantori was standing by for a live report when this dog was pulled from the remnants of this home. The person who rescued the dog took him to an emergency staging area to get checked out. The severe weather may be gone, but much of South Alabama has been dealing with rain today. What lies ahead for tomorrow? Meteorologist Eric Snidel has your new forecast coming up next.
Tametria, I'm not seeing any chances of rainfall here likely for the next several days. This is a well-deserved and welcome break for a lot of folks in Alabama.
All right, thank you. Looking forward to that sunshine. And next, a Montgomery club doing what it can to make the city a little more green. What would draw some of the world's foremost ceramic artists to Alabama? It turns out there are lots of reasons, but principal among them may be the fertile soil, which produces so many homegrown artists. Fred Hunter visits the Alabama Clay Market and discovers not only world-class artists, but an environment which fosters their growth, a settling which is absolutely Alabama. Anyone who has been through an area hit by a tornado will notice the missing trees. After a storm, the woods on the path where the tornado traveled are gone. Today, the Montgomery Lions Club continued a worldwide campaign to plant trees. The local chapter met at Common Ground early this morning to plant 74 trees. The club is already up to 8 million trees planted around the world. Stay with us. We'll have a final check of weather and a recap on the latest on Friday's tornado outbreak. It's coming up next. Eric is here with a final check of weather.
We've got improving conditions, Tametria. Still an isolated rain shower, maybe sleet pellet out there, but temperatures getting cooler as we clear later on tonight.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Eric. And that is it for this edition of WSFA 12 News at 6. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you right back here at 10. Remember, we have breaking news online at WSFA.com. Have a good evening.